Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Random Force Tournament. Tonight we have Cytown versus Iceblue. Both of these runners are 4-1 coming into Swiss Week 6, final week of Swiss. Hope you're all doing well wherever you are. I'm Homer J. Smash. Joining me in the booth is Fry Teeth. How we doing, Fry Teeth?
I'm good. Exciting matchup tonight. Cytown started the tournament 0-1, and he's pulled off 4 in a row, including just a crazy fast seed last week. And Iceblue playing extremely well also. So excited to see what these two are going to do tonight.
Totally agree. Both of these really accomplished runners in their own right. Excellent combat skills, really smart strategy. So it should be a really fun race. I'd like to see where they're going to start out. That's going to be the first thing. How close are we to the Armos checks and the open caves?
What do you want for a start? You want something easy or?
For them, bottom left corner would be nice. Maybe with nice Wizrobe firing squad waiting for them on the next screen.
Well, that sounds pretty good.
For me personally, I always like to start in the open cave near the desert. I feel like that's the best screen because you're close to all the Armos and the open caves and everything.
That definitely is a nice screen because you're close to everything, but it can lead you to that luck of picking left versus right, and you go one way, your opponent goes the other way, and before you know it, you're 10 minutes behind.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you never know. The randomizer is going to put something wherever it's going to put it. So I've definitely lost a race because I went left and the other person went right.
I think everyone has.
Here we go. Vanilla level 8. So really nice starting right by the Armos. On this side, you got the coast item and a decent amount of open caves. Just going to be a little while before you get to the dead woods and the vanilla start area, unless we have any roads taking us that way.
And we're going screen for screen to start. Not too surprising.
Not at all.
We see one of the biggest difference in the runners. Iceblue also being a pretty significant vanilla runner. He does a lot of screen scrolling, and something Cytown is certainly capable of doing, but definitely doesn't do as much of it. But a really nice bufferless clip there from Cytown.
He's definitely gotten a lot better as Iceblue takes the heart off the floor, so we know the item's going to be in the stair here. And we got a Triforce right away. So, not too bad. 1 minute in, already have a Triforce. Now, we didn't talk about this at the beginning, but this is the Random Force Triforce tournament. So you could see at the top right there, we don't know yet if we need 5, 6, 7, or 8 Triforces to enter 9. We will know once we find level 9. So that's something that they're going to be definitely looking for is, man, we already have level 6 too. Two dungeons found already. Quite the start.
Yeah, not necessarily the levels I want to find early, but having them near start means you can always skip them, easy to get back to them later.
Yeah, and they're both doing a decent amount of digging in them. Personally, I like to find my sword before I do anything. Just feels like I can guarantee my time is spent better. You can walk through rooms and, even if you have a candle or something, it always seems like it takes too long and the rewards aren't really worth it. But you'll see a lot of runners jump into the first 4 or 5 rooms. Some will even go as far as they can go.
Yeah, I feel like that's been a change for a lot of runners lately. I feel like when I was doing a lot more racing, what you were talking about, not going in as early, seemed to be the more common thing, and now it seems like everyone's doing this early exploration. But we don't have to worry about keys tonight with free any key.
Yeah, any key as the Armos item. Cytown picks up a take any heart, so they're both at 4. We don't know where that white sword item is or what it is yet, so it'll be nice if they can pick it up once they find it. 29 for the mid secrets, fine. 1 lower than vanilla, but not too bad.
There's our hints. That was on hints on both sides. So we found both hint shops. Gonna need a lot of money, especially for that one that Iceblue found. Cytowns was, I think it was 122 for all 3 hints. I think it was a little higher on the other side, so if our large secret doesn't roll well, those are going to be expensive.
Yeah, and Iceblue finds the candle shop, but he's 2 rupees shy, not able to get it. No extra candles in this flag set, so when we found the Take Any Heart and Potion, a lot of times you'll also see a blue candle in there. But that's one of the things is they're going to have to actually buy their candle or find the red candle in one of the dungeons or the overworld. As Iceblue picks up his 5th heart, so now he's got a better chance of picking that up once he finds the white sword item. The other thing to shout out as far as the flags goes, we found the hint shops, but they don't do us any good yet because the book is needed to understand the old man, which is actually kind of an appropriate old man hint for this seed.
We've got at least 10 rupee bombs. Both of them have bought bombs, which does take them a little bit away from being able to afford that candle. And
Yeah,
is that a
I
different
definitely
candle shop?
I would have bought the bombs as well. I think that's the same one. They just are kind of. Oh, no, yes, you're right. That's the letter cave. This one here for Cytown. This is where Iceblue found the candle.
Yes, I didn't think Iceblue had bombs when he came up here.
Yeah, Cytown, he skipped this section the first time around. It's definitely something that he likes to do when he starts on this side, is he'll hop over to the level 5 waterfall screen earlier, hoping to get the sword. He figures that it's easy enough to get back to the Armos screens and the northeast corner.
Yeah, I think it's also a case of I try to avoid the northeast corner unless I've got bombs.
Yeah, a lot of open caves, but you definitely need bombs here. As we find the Any roads taking us into Death Mountain, Ice is going to retry, keep his bombs. I only saw the last 2 Any roads, so I wasn't sure how effective those were going to be today.
Yeah, so I also saw, because Cytown found the second hint shop. First one's 122, this one's 150 rupees for all 3 hints.
I'm going to trust you on the math for that for sure. Cytown, he can afford a candle now. See if he goes right for it. That's exactly what I would do. Starting in the forest, you got all these bushes you could burn. Ice has to be very careful. Wants to get to the fairy fountain. Half a heart. Takes out the gorilla with the bomb. And it does look like Cytown is about to start burning things.
So Iceblue does have enough money for that candle. Not heading back for it right away though, which means there's going to be some. Gonna have to retrace some steps later on. Oh, 5 rupee small secret.
Yeah, so we're down. Oh, here we go. Nice vanilla sword. We're down on the small secret, and we're down a little bit on the medium secret, but it's still not too bad though. I'd take it.
Yeah, I don't think either of these runners is going to mind. With the any key, they're not buying any keys tonight.
Especially with 144 for the large, so that's going to definitely make up for anything that the medium and the small was lacking. Cytown finds level 8 here in the forest. It's going to forget that for now. Come back, get a sword. Wants to be able to actually do some damage in there.
No luck on Iceblue side as he's trying to kill anything here for some bombs.
Yeah, he's at 3 on the count now, so this last one here will give him a chance. But no dice. Got to kill 2 more bomb droppers, or 2 more enemies, and the last one to be a dropper to get a chance for a bomb. Cytown found level 3 in the forest, so we've found 3, 6, 7, and 8? Or we found 5?
3, 5, 6, and 8.
3, 5, 6, and 8. As we got another heart here. Let's see what's at the Death Armor screen. Maybe. Doing a good job avoiding these Armos and these P-hats. As we got Palace 4 as Cytown picks up his sword. So all kinds of dungeons found here.
Maybe a very short dig, though, without any bombs.
Yeah. I mean, these are bomb droppers, so potentially you could drop him a bomb. It's probably going to be the map room. So no luck there, but he'll at least know where to bomb when he comes back. Nice segmented 4.
Looks like we're gonna head back and keep killing these until they give up some bombs.
Well, same thing. He got the clock, so the last one is a chance for a bomb. Gets it. We'll get to see the rest of this 4, hopefully. Power bracelet is our item. So just to call out another one of the flags that changed for this tournament is Fred, the developer for the randomizer. He created a flag where you can shuffle within the dungeons. So you'll still have a heart container and an item, but instead of the heart guaranteed to be on the floor like it used to be, the heart can be on the stair and the item can be on the floor. So it makes a nice little wrinkle to it.
Cytown gets a clock right away in this room, which certainly makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, definitely. And he gets a bomb drop as well, so both of our runners are going to have the power bracelet here shortly. Hopefully we're going to be able to get the Triforce out of 4. This is not a fun screen. Gets around the Landmola. If this is the Triforce, okay, hopefully this is a transport. Takes him away.
That's going to be our heart container.
Well, that's actually good for him because now that means he can pick up the white sword item whenever he finds it. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the last heart container that Cytown picks up.
I don't know. I've seen him in a few seeds recently at, 9, 10, 11 heart containers.
Yeah, I think he just takes it as it comes. So it just kind of depends on what the seed's kind of telling him to do. If it's tough combat and he's found mags, then definitely more likely to pick up the hearts just to get that better sword. But especially if he gets a ring or things are going pretty smooth and he wants to just jet, he definitely is one that he doesn't mind skipping hearts. We're going to see what the Dead Woods has in store here. Iceblue is going to start burning and bombing the Dead Woods as Cytown finishes up level 4.
Well, we'll see a few spots, but Iceblue still doesn't have a candle.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe one of these two will be a candle shop. Since we saw 2 candle shops, we know it's not the rare shop. So hopefully for him, he'll be able to find one over here. We do have Palace 7, so we're just missing just a couple dungeons here. Level 9 we haven't seen. We haven't seen level 1.
And level 2.
Nice early Triforce.
Do you leave at this point?
That's bait, man. I don't know. You're so far away from this dungeon. I think you got to dig out the item. Now, I didn't see where the other any roads led, so if one of them came here, which I don't think they did, then I'd be maybe more likely to leave. But we're missing so much at this point. We don't have a bow, we don't have a ladder, we don't have silvers. recorder, power bracelet, raft. There's so many things that we could use. So I think you definitely go here. Now, if this was like right next to where they started, then I think it's much more likely that you go ahead and bail, come back later.
All right, I guess we'll find out, because for me, I saw that Triforce one room in level 7. I'm out.
Well, you know, it's one of those things where that might be the right play. You just never know. So we got a bomb upgrade here in 7. 7 and 5 are going to have the bomb upgrades. It's just +2, though, which is pretty bad.
And it rolled up, I think, was 105 on the bomb upgrade, so cytown is not going to be able to afford that right now.
No, and he'll probably be a little bummed, but it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. It might be better for him to not have it if like Book is in here, because then they could go by hints. As we have a Goma staircase that blocks the wand. Wow, that's nice. So there you go. You would not have a wand, and I would.
That's true.
That's a nice out of logic wand. Now, obviously, that could not be the bow because we had to do the block clip to get into that staircase. But wand is a really nice thing to have early. We know that the Dark Nuts and the Lionels are going to be in the dungeons. I guess we have Wizrobes in dungeons too, because I'm watching cytown go through them right now. Anything that's squishy with the wand is just going to be a lot faster for combat.
Yeah, so if you know, cytown's had that candle for quite a while, but if I've kept track of things, I don't think there was a single useful thing under a burn bush, and he's cleared, I want to say, all but one.
Yeah, that's true. It's not often that you see a candle a seed, but they definitely do exist.
Iceblue gets 6th heart, so we've both got white sword item guaranteed, if we find it.
The other thing about the candle is it's definitely good for exploration, but you're going to see cytown's going to use it for combat, and he's also going to use it to burn himself to not take damage. So definitely something to keep an eye out. As we're seeing, I think, more of this 7 on Cy's side than we did over on Ice's.
Yeah, because he just found the heart container, so he picked it up too.
Yeah, he sure did. It was right in his way. You know, I like to say things on stream because then he always makes a liar out of me. Any prediction I make, then he always does the opposite. It's like, what do I know about this guy?
I don't know, I've seen him walk right around heart containers that, you know, where he had to go out of the way.
Yeah, yeah, he's a crazy man. He's gonna get his wand here. But I don't think he did not get the Triforce right away. Maybe he did. Maybe he saw it. No, he didn't.
No?
I wonder if he goes back in. If he does, he's going to open up that bomb wall just by going into this cave.
Well, I think that's what happened. Iceblue, you know, he opened that cave up, went to the left, and then came back, so that bomb hole was already open, whereas cytown doesn't know it's there.
Yeah, for sure. Iceblue is showing us what's up here on Death Mountain. Gonna check the east side. This makes sense because he doesn't have a candle, so go ahead and hit the bomb spots in the open caves. And here we go. cytown's going back in. And now he'll see, maybe he won't. And there's the candle for Ice.
Well, he's going back for the bomb upgrade.
Ah, you're right. Oh, and he's saving. So well, you know, we might not need that Triforce. Just kind of depends on how many Triforces are needed for 9.
So Iceblue up 3 Triforces to 1 early, but those 2, 5 and 7, we know are very, very easy to get.
Yeah, and I expect that Sai will get the Triforce in 5 really soon. He's going to 3 here, which makes a lot of sense. but 5 was so close to their start that's not one that'll be too hard to get back to. There's the Triforce in 3. I expect he's going to come back in here and get the item.
Yeah, 3's a small level. You pretty much always come back in here.
And I know that he doesn't really like leaving items behind either. He will, but he's so fast at clearing rooms that he almost always gets the items in the dungeons. Checking some power bracelet spots and cleaning up this bomb situation up here in the northeast. Ice didn't have bombs the first time he cleared this. Cytown is taking down some likes in a moat room. Hopefully nothing spawns there that he's going to want.
Of course, we find the compass after the Triforce.
Yeah, that's hard coded in. I'm pretty sure has to happen that way. Nice and healthy over here on Sai's side. 7 hearts. Feeling pretty good about that. Wand and white sword. As Iceblue is going to find Palace 8. Let's see if he digs it. Not right now. Do you think maybe he's going to look for level 9 to see what he needs?
I think so. You know, level 8 can be large, and I don't want to dig that unless I have to.
Yeah, it's definitely a consideration because it's certainly large, but it has 2 items in it, so you get some bang for your buck. Sometimes 6 or 7 can be huge, and you only have the 1 item. I think for me, this early, I probably would have just dig it and see what the enemy set is like. See if I could find something in there. Still missing so many items, but I definitely understand both plays.
Yeah, I think especially knowing that both levels 1 and 2 are still out there.
You know, the thing is, though, that they've cleared a lot of the overworld and we haven't found them, so we might need an item to get them. As this is Heart Hotel here in level 3. Cytown's sitting at 9 hearts, so he definitely made a liar out of me. We're looking for mags today.
I wasn't surprised that he took the one off the floor, but going down the staircase, I wasn't expecting that.
You know, I think it's kind of like what I said about he's just kind of taking what the seed gives him, and he got a couple of hearts early, and he still is on wood sword, so it's just kind of like one of those things where, like, okay, I guess we're doing hearts the seed. I don't remember if they found Magical Sword Cave yet.
I don't think so.
But here at this point, you might as well pick him up. So here's his Triforce. Does not have the ladder, so we can't go up here. We do have the transport. Let's see if he goes back in for the item here. I don't want to make any more predictions, but... And I would have been wrong. So I'm glad I didn't make any predictions. Let's see. Is he going to 8?
Either that or Death Mountain, basically. And
yeah, I think he's going to do 8. Yeah, so he's going to do 8. So at this point, between the 2 runners, I think we've seen everything that we can open. Because Ice did all of Death Mountain, and I believe he's done all the power bracelet spots. Unless he didn't do the ones by start, I don't recall. But I know he was up in the grave as he gets his hearts out of 3 and has the compass. Sees where the Triforce is. It's an interesting looking 8 with this segment here that kind of sticks out to the side. So I'm guessing we're going to need the recorder to get into level 1 or 2, possibly the raft. It's going to try to make a bomb hole appear here in this level 8. Does not appear. So what does Ice's play at this point?
There's also 6. But I think
And he
Ice is
still has...
going to finish some of these burn bushes.
Yeah, he hasn't burned any of these bushes, and we are Goma blocked from the rest of this 8, I believe. Unless there's a path through here.
I don't think he's tried to bomb to the right here.
He takes the potion. It's always a good choice there. And okay, here we go. So we had a pathway this way. Let's see if this is the transport or the item. There's the recorder. Okay, nice. That might be huge.
I was going to ask, does cytown stay in this 8? I guess he's going to.
Yeah, I think he... Well, there you go. There's the Triforce right here. And now he might leave. Yeah. Especially with the recorder.
Yeah, that's an easy decision to me at this point. You can come back anytime you want.
Yeah, I totally agree. Ice is showing us Candle Row here, which I believe cytown already did. Let's find a bomb shop, so I was able to fill up on those. And cytown's gonna go do some power bracelet stuffs, and then probably go to Death Mountain. We'll see if the recorder is necessary here. Oh, we find level 9, so this was one power bracelet spot that Ice did not get. What do we have? 5 units.
5.
Wow. Okay. So cytown just needs one more Triforce. So does Ice. And of course, neither one of them has found 4 silvers.
Now, that's the second recorder spot he skipped.
Yeah, that's curious. You know, sometimes I pick something up and then I forget that I have it. So, you know, maybe that's happening here. We'll see what he's about to do. He's not going to the right. Eventually he'll remember that he picked that up.
I think he's doing 6 though now.
Yeah, it does look like he's doing 6. I mean, maybe he figures, I know where 9 is, I have 4 Triforces, let me go do 6 and see if I find the bow on the way to the Triforce, and then I'm just going to go to 9 and see if the silvers are there.
There was our map for 6.
Yeah, that's a chunky 6. Nice hole in the middle of it.
Yeah, I don't want to be in this 6.
It looks a lot like a vanilla dungeon because they have those missing sections in the middle, but otherwise are fairly, you know, solidly organic. Yeah, so this will be curious to see what he does at this point. Okay, so yeah, I think he's got his entrance into 9. So I think at this point he's just looking for the bow. And maybe he's done with the overworld for now. I don't know. We still are missing the white sword item, and 1 and 2. So some definite items left there on the table. But you know, if we find a bow here in this 6, he's got 5 that he could go back to as well, and 1 more item in 8. That way, you know, if he finds it, he doesn't have to do Death Mountain. Maybe he's just thinking, let's just jet the seed.
Yeah, I see that thinking, but you know, if you've got a bad item location in 6, you could clear Death Mountain faster than clearing the 6.
Yeah, I'm not saying what I would do is this. I just think for him, same thing though. I mean, he clears rooms so much faster than most runners that I think for him it's just like, okay, let me just go get this item, and like we saw in 8, you might find it really fast. And I don't think he's too worried about dying, because that's the real concern, is that you're going to be deep in a dungeon and then die. I think he would like to have a potion right now. He tried to buy one, just couldn't afford it. He is a potion early, often, always kind of a guy. Makes good use out of it. So we'll see. Both of them here in 6. So we'll see if one of them finds the item first. What it is. Is this the transport? It is. Now, I like to take transports a lot of the times if I'm looking for the item. That way it eliminates another staircase. I use that same logic in 9, but I see a lot of people that they don't do it in the dungeons that aren't 9. It's always a little curious to me.
Yeah, I think it, to me, depends on what level I'm in and how much of it I've cleared. If I've run into any blocks so far in that level.
Yeah, it also depends. I track every single room in every dungeon. So, if I take a segment, I'm okay with being on the other side of the level. I know you are a tracker as well, but some people, they might need to kind of stay linear to help them remember where they've been.
Yeah, I don't know that cytown tracks as much as the two of us do.
Yeah, he does not. He only tracks 9, as we have the magic boomerang here, and in level 6. He's going to pick it up. So now he has a decision to make. I think 5 before 8. Yeah, that looks to be the case.
Yeah, he must have forgotten about that recorder, because there's another recorder spot that we didn't check.
Yeah, it is curious, because that could be the white sword bow. That's just right there.
Or silvers.
Yeah, silvers actually would be even better, because then they're not the bow can't be a 9, because important items in 9 is not on. As Iceblue sees his magic boomerang here in 8. Cytown finds the red ring. It was right here in 5 this whole time. Well, okay, so now he's really just in power mode. He's not going to die at this point. I was hoping that he was going to go use that recorder, but yeah.
So Iceblue is spending a lot of time in 6. Didn't find the Triforce right away, the way cytown did.
No, that's he does get the compass here, so that's good for him. So now he's going to be able to kind of make a beeline for it, and then he'll be done here in 6 with a decision to make too. I guess that'll be the decision. Is oh, there we go. Now he's blowing the recorder, so remember he has it. So after Ice gets the Triforce here in 6, does he go to 8? Because he knows where 8 is. Get the 2 items out of there, or does he do Overworld?
I think he does 5.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because we don't have the item out of 5, so that'll be good for him. Get that red ring. Cytown still 1 rupee short of a potion.
And then after that, I think it's 8, because I'm not sure there's any spots left on Iceblue's side.
Here's the any roads. So we've got, I know, a double dose of Death Mountain for sure. Oh yeah, any roads are trash. Yeah. As expected. Oh boy. Oh. How did Ice... did he run out of bombs when he was up here? I thought he just cleared Death Mountain.
I thought so too.
I stopped paying attention to his screen, I guess, and just assumed that he cleared it. So wow, that's huge. So we've got ladder, white sword item. Cytown has the rest of Death Mountain here. He's going to go ahead and clear. So if we find 1 or 2, like this right here, number 2, wow. Yeah, if this is bow or silvers, this could be really huge.
And not only that, cytown now has access to every overworld spot.
That's right, because the raft is on the coast, so he just needs to go get it. Segmented 2 here. We're going to do a nice swag clip to get on this side of the corridor stair, or the reverse C stair.
Iceblue also seeing a lot more of this 5 than cytown did.
Oh yeah, Cytown was only in there for, a minute, seemed like. He did have to do a couple trips, but when he went back in, there's silvers on the ground in 2! Holy moly! Wow. Cytown just took a huge lead. It is definitely not over, but he just took a huge lead. He knows that bow is not inside of level 9, and he can open up everything, so he's in bow mode at this point.
Yeah, I'd assume we're going to look for level 1 before we head back into that 8. And Iceblue may be happy to find his red ring, but probably not going to be happy at the path to get there.
No, definitely not. He definitely had a couple of detours. Yeah, I guess red ring's a decent item to be disappointed by, because he's looking for a bow, silvers, recorder, but at least it's not like a wooden boomerang or something that's totally useless. I mean, the wooden boomerang's not totally useless, but essentially useless comparatively.
All right, where is Iceblue going at this point? It's a Death Mountain play also, heading back to the Any Roads.
Yeah, it looks like he hasn't bombed the south coast either.
No, he did. He
retried it.
He retried to get his bombs back.
Well, that's great for him, because now he's going to find his silvers here. Cytown, you got the rupee. Must have miscounted. I did notice that Cytown burned himself, so that's 1 on the self-burning tracker. Got to get that updated. And you are right. Cytown is looking for level 1 instead of going into 8 to find the other item.
That's going to be the big question. If this recorder does lead to level 1 in the bow, then Cytown's definitely in the lead.
Ice gets his silvers, so we're all tied up there. Nice that he's keeping pace. At this point, yeah, we've got the dig of 8 is the separation. The thing that could bite Cytown is if bow is an 8 and Ice just goes ahead and stays and goes ahead and gets both items on his first dig. Because I do expect Cytown to full clear the overworld here before he goes back to the 1 item and 8.
But with how early that recorder is, I could very easily see Iceblue going in, seeing the recorder and saying, all right, let's go look for level 1. Well, maybe Iceblue wouldn't do that. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Once I'm already in a dungeon, I like to finish it. I hate double dipping, but it is, at a certain point, there's only so many overworld spots, and you can clear it pretty quickly if you already have everything. Yeah, and we're running out of spots.
What may also come into play, though, is that Cytown has the Triforce out of 8. But then again, that's right. It was just, what, a room past the recorder? Cytown taking another heart.
Yeah. Well, he's doing all this overworld checking, so he's like, I'm in Mag's territory.
Right, but does he have a
So
potion?
he does have a potion.
Okay, I didn't see him pick that up.
Ah, and there's Mags at the raft spot. Yeah, he has a potion, and also he really hates having extra hearts for the Triforce pickups, but I don't anticipate him picking up any more Triforces. This ice is in level 8. I expect Cytown to go in and do the recorder spots around the dead woods, and then he can either wrap to the coast or just up A because they started so close to there.
Yeah, I think he'll do the Deadwood spots, and then go pick up his raft and clear out the recorder spots in the forest.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that he doesn't have the Triforce out of 7, so he can't get back over here. I can't remember if one of the other dungeons was close. I think there was one at the Death Armos.
I believe that was 4.
Yeah, so that'll get him close to vanilla level 4 so that he could do the raft check there. So yeah, not too bad with routing wise. Getting the item out of 7 and bailing on the Triforce isn't really going to cost him anything here at all.
I guess we're going to get our answer on the recorder, because Iceblue is about to pick that up.
I'm very curious what he does here. Staying in. Unless he gets bomb blocked or something, I think we're going to see the second item here in 8. Well,
I don't think he meant to pick that up.
no, he definitely did not. Now, this might bounce him out. Potentially. He could just be like, forget it. The game's telling me to leave. Okay, now he's going back. Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense because you know where this is. You're here. And yeah, there's a lot of rooms there, but I mean, you got Red Ring and Cytown can't pick up Magical Sword. You've got Red Ring and Wand, and you can just blitz through so much of this. And we're quickly running out of spots here on the overworld. I think we've got ladder spots left to check. I don't think... Oh, here we go. Level 1. Vanilla level 2.
Okay.
I think that was like a shiny grab object, whoops, type of situation, if I had to guess. Maybe he wanted the refill? I don't think he intended to do that.
No, not with Red Ring.
Yeah, I've done that before, though, where you just... You hear the jingle and you see something and you just run right into it. It's like, oh, dang it. What the heck am I doing? And he burned himself again, setting up a count. So that's 2 on the burning self counter.
All right, are we going to have a segmented level 1? I guess everything's been... All the small dungeons have been segmented, haven't they?
Yeah, I find it's not a hard and fast rule, but usually if one of them is, then they all are, because they kind of share the map. So I find that once the shapes have decided to be kind of funky in 2 or 3, then it kind of has to be funky across the board. Trying to get a bomb drop here. Okay. White sword, not what we want, but that'll help Ganon.
Yeah, it's not one of those items you're going to complain about finding.
No, definitely not. This nice laggy room here for ice. I hate rooms that are filled with Beamos and either Gorillas or Lionels. This could be our item. So it's pretty exciting. This is a really close race, and one of them's in the right dungeon to get the bow, and one of them's not. I think. Well, there we go.
No, that's
Bow's
it.
in one. Yeah. Sai's gonna have a pretty good head start going into 9 then, because Ice has to still find level 1.
Yeah, it's not over yet, but this could easily be a 5-minute lead into level 1, depending on how long it takes to find this item in 8, and then the routing to level 1.
Yeah, I think the good news for Ice is that level 1 being where it is, I think he's likely to check there probably first if you up A out of the dungeon and you go back to where you started. That's gonna be probably the second logical check for the recorder. But here we go, Cytown in level 9, 44 minutes in. Immediate compass. Yeah. Wow. Didn't even have to use any combat for it, just right there on the ground. And you're gonna go right for the door. I like to get the path to her known while I'm looking for Ganon.
Yeah, I think the worst part for Iceblue right now, though, is no matter which item you find in... Oh, and there's Ganon.
Yeah, this is done. So it's been an exciting race. Let's see how long it takes Cytown to finish this one off.
So unless we've got some crazy path for Zelda, that's going to be... I mean, Cytown was 47-48 last week, and he may be faster than that this week.
Yeah, he's on a tear. Look out, everybody. Look out. We just need to find the path to Zelda. Hopefully she's in like a shoot room or something, so we get more of our money's worth.
Or we need to take 2 or 3 staircases to get there.
Yeah, that would be great. Go through a couple of Patras to get there. Although Patra's pretty squishy with the wand and the white sword. It'd be better if it was like a 8 Wallmaster room with Beamos. I love it.
You asked for it.
I know. You're welcome, buddy. Indeed, we've got shoots.
And you know what I think we just found over in level 8? I believe that Goma may be blocking 2 or 3 rooms, and that's where the second item is.
That's the item. Wow. Here we go. We've got the Zelda room. 4631. 46:30, the official time. Goodness gracious.
And we get a forfeit from Iceblue.
Oh yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, at this point, he's basically, he knows what he's got to do. He's got to go find level 1. But you know, it was actually a really tight race. I think it was tighter than he thinks. Let's see if either of them want to come in and talk about it. So this makes Cytown 5-1. Iceblue will drop to 4-2, as we are joined in the booth by our winner Cytown. GG.
Hey man, thanks.
Good race. We also have Ice here, so we'll go ahead and talk about it with both of you guys here at the same time. Really nice race. It was really close. You both found 2 pretty late. Cy was in there a little bit before you, but only by a few minutes, maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes. Those 5 Triforces seeds, I know, it could be kind of hairy because you know it's the gambles. Which dungeons do we have to dig? So,
I
good
think
job.
I think 5 Triforce seeds should be deleted. But it's a personal opinion.
Well, you're in good company here because I know Cytown feels the same way, and I certainly do as well.
Yeah, I felt like I couldn't have routed that seed any better. My decision to go into 8 very late like that, I was even telling myself when I picked up that recorder, I was like, I should bail, and I ended up just digging it anyway. Stupid. And I was like right there by Vanilla 2, and I was like, and then Cytown done it, and I was like, all right, never mind, I'm not even gonna finish this.
Yeah, it's understandable. Yeah, we were chatting about that. Freiteeth and I were. So I actually liked your play to stay in 8 and get the second item. I didn't mind Sai's play earlier to leave, but we were kind of one of us was going to do one thing and one of us was going to do the other in the booth. So it was nice to see it play out on stream as well.
I should have taken the Y-Force as, because like I already had my 5 Triforce. Like I should have taken that Y-Force as a sign. Like once I grabbed that recorder and then I got Y-Force, I should have taken it as a sign to bail.
That's literally what I said. I was like, I think he's going to get the other item, and then you got the Triforce, and I was like, well, this might be a chance where he says, the game's telling me to get out of here, so let me get out of here.
I did like my dive into 7, and the dive into 7 is what won my last race, and I picked up that wand, and I saw the wand again, and I was like, I was like, geez, I was like, please don't tell me it's gonna happen again. But no, the seed was apparently it was just Omega free, which is why I dislike 5 Triforce seeds. But hey, that's just the luxury of the rando, I guess.
Accidentally got 6 that time because I stupidly got the Triforce in one room in.
Oh, I had 6 as well because I got Y-Force by 8.
Jeez, oh Pete, I was pissed off when I hit that because I'm like, I only have 3 items left. Can I just get the items out of 1? And I botched it like an idiot, but yeah.
He was like a moth to the flame. He saw that shining Dorito on the floor, and you just jumped right on it.
I walked to it. Like, I didn't even get pushed into it. I walked into it, and just a moron. But whatever, it worked.
I've got to ask Cytown. You picked up that recorder out of 8 and left, which was the same decision I would have made. You were in there a lot earlier. And then you just kept walking through recorder spots without using it. Did you forget you picked it up?
100%. I got to do them later. When I walked through the same screens multiple times. Yeah, I totally forgot I had it.
I was like, he picked it up and he forgot that he's got it. I've totally done that too. I think everybody has. You walk by ladder spots, you got the ladder. You walk by recorder spots, you got the recorder.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Fry. I knew that was coming too. I knew that question was coming. I figured it was coming for this match.
No, I was waiting for Fry to ask it. I knew that he wanted to.
But I almost wonder, and Tracy just said the same thing in chat. If you'd remembered, you would have found level 1 earlier, gotten the bow, and do you ever even look for level 2 at that point?
I would have went to 9 without the ladder, without the bow.
Did you find the ladder?
Yeah, it was the white sword item up on Death Mountain.
Yeah, okay. I was making sure. Yeah, no, like I was tempted to go up to Death Mountain, but like when I found the any roads, I only had 1 bomb left, and I up air and retried after I checked all 4 of the any roads, and I saw 3 of the 8 spots up there were just like absorbed, and I was like, I'm not going up there. That place sucks.
Yep. Yeah, I hadn't done Death Mountain or the Grave yet at that point, so I just used that as my excuse to flush Death Mountain, West Death Mountain, down to the Grave, and then went to the recorder spots in the Deadwoods and found a lot of blanks, but that was just kind of the path I took with it.
Yeah, I still had second quest 4 power bracelet spot left, and level 8, and I was like, I'm just gonna go to 8. I was like, recorder's in there. I was like, level 1 is recorder blocked. I was like, that push block is never anything, and when it is, it's a mugger, a door repair.
Yeah, it was a good race. You all were a lot of the times doing the same things. You both were in 7 about the same time. Ice, you got it from coming from the left, so you had the bomb wall that was open, so you got the Triforce out of there right away. Sai didn't see that because he went in first. But you both had the wand about the same time. You both dug 5. Didn't get the red ring until later. You both got silvers and ladder pretty similarly. And it was pretty exciting there at the end because Sai was in 1 and had 1 item left. You were in 8, 1 item left. We knew that Bo was going to be 1 or the 2. And, I was rooting for Bo in 8 because I thought that was going to make the race the closest, because then that would put you in 9 first, but cytown would have been right behind you because he had already dug a decent amount of 8 too. So I knew
but instead the item was bow locked.
Yeah, the bow. Yeah, Fright Teeth caught that. That's just the game being a jerk.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, I went into this race like even without red ring, like I bailed on one of the heart containers in 3, and I went into this race. I'm like, all right, I'm racing cytown. I was like, cytown has always like a monster of an opponent, so I was like, I'm gonna rely heavily on my combat ability and my routing ability to see if I can do this. And I didn't make the right play to go into 8, and it cost me. But it was a good race. I'm gonna watch it back for sure. I don't think I could have played this any better.
No, I agree. I thought you played well, and I don't think you made any routing decisions personally. Just kind of sometimes the random's gonna random,
Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
But
it
GG's.
Yeah, you too, dude. Yeah, just the way it rolls sometimes. Just something doesn't go your way or whatever. Dumb luck.
Especially in these 5 Triforce seeds, it's just like you have to throw a beach ball into a volcano to get the perfect route. So,
all right, well, GG's both of you. So we're heading out of Swiss and we're moving our way into brackets. Do you guys have anyone you're looking for in the brackets where you want to call them out and take it on the challenge of you want to call your shot? Who are you looking for? Any opponents?
I need Danny P Speed since he beat me in the first week of the Swiss. So
Okay, there we go.
I got revenge for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm gonna need to take care of my own business on this one. I gotta whoop you, Danny. I'm coming for you, buddy.
All right, there we go. All right, so we got a call out here for Danny P Speed.
I'm just gonna write some underscores on a sheet of paper and just throw the gauntlet down. Whoever I get, I'm coming for you.
Awesome.
I love it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all, dudes.
Yeah, good race, everybody. This was a lot of fun. Really well done, both of you. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Pretty good race, I would say, so far. What do you think, Fry?